Can the Seattle Seahawks win the West? Now, my first thought of a video today was going to be, can the Seahawks win the NFC, or where do they rank in the entire NFC? And I'm going to save that video for the next day. I'm going to start with, before we get into can the Seahawks be a top 1, 2, or 3 team in the entire NFC, let's start with the NFC West. Now, if you know my videos, I do love, about half my videos are Seahawks rants, because I love this. It's one of my passions. I love the Seahawks and the Mariners specifically, and I love talking about them. So I'm going to rant about it sometimes and give you my thoughts about what I'm thinking. And I think it's clear right now, if we look at the NFC West, the Rams are the most confusing team to start, because if Matthew Stafford is healthy, what does this team now become? It's really hard to answer given the way they played last year. But they are definitely the most confusing team on this list. But so I kind of want to leave them to the end of where I think they're going to end up against the Seahawks. I'm going to start with the easy one. The Arizona Cardinals are going to be the worst team in the NFC West. And this is no hate to the Arizona Cardinals, no hate to Kyler Murray or their new coaching staff, which we haven't seen before. They're a new regime, man. They got a new GM, new coaching staff. We can't even make fun of them anymore. They've been the laughingstock the last couple of years because I feel like they've been easy wins for the Seahawks here in Phoenix. But they're a whole new team, and Kyler Murray is going to be out for a certain amount of time that you can't even give a reasonable response to why they're going to be good. They're just not going to be. It's going to be a rebuilding year. Kyler Murray might not even play if they're 0-5 and he's trying to recover from knee surgery. He might give it another year. You never know with Kyler Murray. So I'm not going to make fun of them like I usually would, because it's a new regime. They're a whole new situation. But they're clearly going to end up in last place in the NFC West. I will be shocked. Sometimes I'm wrong, obviously. It's football. But I'll be shocked if anybody ends up below them. The Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Rams is where we're sitting at. Now, I think it could, obviously I'm a Seahawks fan. It could be biased. But I do think that the Rams are probably going to end up in the third spot. I think if you ask most people, it's between the Seahawks and the 49ers. Even if I'm a little biased, obviously. And I don't even, as part of a rant, I don't even decide who I'm going to say is probably going to win the NFC West before I start the video. I'm not even sitting in my head saying, of course I'm going to say the Seahawks. I'm going to talk this out. I think that the Rams have to be that third spot. I don't think they even know what direction they're going in. I mean, they've had a weird situation in general with the way last year went with, some vets moving on and them not really knowing what's their whole scenario. I can't even tell you what their plan is here with Matt Stafford coming off surgery type of year, with a lot of pieces moving. Guys like Aaron Donald have thought about retirement 15 times. I just don't even know which way they're trending. I don't know if they're trending back up, back down. I can't even tell you what they're up to. I can't tell you if I think they're going to be 17 games now, 4-13, or if they're going to be 10-7. I can't figure it out until I see Matthew Stafford go out there and see what he's able to do. So I'm going to put them at that third spot because I think it's very clear the Seahawks and the 49ers are the two best teams in this division. Now, it's a tough one for me because the Seahawks, I feel like, have made more noise in a good way, more splashes, more moves, more smart moves, like re-signing Geno Smith for what they re-signed him. I actually don't know if letting Garoppolo move on was the best thing for the 49ers because I have no idea what you're going to get out of Brock Purdy this year or Trey Lance this year. I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. So you have no idea what to make of their situation either on the quarterback side, but their run game's always going to be elite, and they're going to end up being good at quarterback, whoever it is. I don't know how good the ceiling is, but that they're always good. Their defense is going to be top of the line, one of the best in the NFL. It's going to be very hard fought games. Seahawks and 49ers going to be very hard to score on the 49ers. I feel like we're kind of getting back to the 2014, 15, 16 type of rivalry with the 49ers, where both teams are going to be fighting for their 12-5 record. It might be a week 17, winner wins the division, loser out type of game. Now, when I do my full NFC video, I might change my answers too because the schedule is going to play a role. I'm recording this right now on Monday, May 8th. on, I think the 11th, on Thursday, May 11th, they're releasing the schedule. I'm very interested to see where the first Seahawks 49ers game is, where the second one is, where it's landing on the schedule. I have a strong feeling the NFL, they're smart. All the years we were good, there was a lot of week, 15, 16, or 17 games where the Seahawks and 49ers played each other to win a division. They know what they're doing. They played these rival games on purpose at those parts of the season. So I think a lot of my answer might change based on where the game is late in the year against the 49ers and what week it's at. Because, once again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to get out of the 49ers. Just can't pinpoint exactly what we're going to get because of the quarterback situation. But I know they're going to be stellar on the run game, stellar on the defensive end. I know everything's going to work for them. 99% of things are going to work out for them, except for maybe the quarterback situation gets confusing. So it's the only reason right now I would lean Seahawks, because I think the Seahawks, the one interesting thing about them is their only confusion, or at least in my eyes, the only confusion with the Seahawks is, what are they going to do with all these people in the secondary? My only confusion for this season is not quarterback. Geno Smith is going to be perfectly fine, just like he was last year. We got our third receiver in Jackson Smith-Njigba with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. We have Zach Charbonnet. We have Kenny McIntosh. We've got Kenneth Walker in the running back positions. We have Noah Fant, Will Dissly, a bunch of tight ends in the tight end room. Everything's going to be fine. The offensive line's only going to get better. Olusegun Oluwatumi at the center position was a huge pickup in the draft. And obviously our offensive line with Lucas and Charles Cross, they're all going to get better because they're another year more mature. Defensively, the line's going to get better. We brought by Bobby Wagner. The linebacker group's going to be okay also. The secondary is the only place I'm a little confused. But it's not a bad confusion because it's elite. So I'm not worried about the Seahawks. My confusion for the Seahawks is it going to work out? My confusion is, how are you going to use all these guys? If on the corner situation, you have Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen are obviously the 1-2. But you still have Kobe Bryant, Trey Brown, and Michael Jackson there. On the safety side, you have three high-level safeties in Julian Love, Quandre Diggs, and Jamal Adams. So it's going to get really interesting. Like, is Jamal Adams going to be a sack type of guy? Like, is there going to be three safeties out there, and he's going to be a hybrid dude at the line that can also drop back if something happens? Like, I have no idea how they're going to play all this talent in the secondary. But it's fine because that's a good problem to have. I think it's a much better problem to have than the 49ers situation where it's like, what's going on with the quarterback? Like, Jimmy Garoppolo's gone, so there's no more backup Jimmy Garoppolo where it always saves the day. Is Trey Lance going to get his opportunity again? Do you trust in Brock Purdy, or was that a magic season? That's more confusing than having too many good players in the secondary. So the Seahawks right now, I'm going to lean are winning the NFC West. Thursday, I'm going to do a schedule release video after the schedule is released, and we'll see how I could change my mind. If it's like a week 17 Seattle at San Francisco, I'm going to be concerned. If it's a week 17, at Seattle, I'm going to tell you, I'm sticking to this pick. Let's see what happens with that final week of the season, or the final 2 weeks. Where are the Seahawks and 49ers playing? At what point of the season? Because that's going to determine who wins this NFC West. Sorry, Rams and Cardinals fans, but this is just the truth. They're not winning the NFC West next year. Maybe not for a couple more years, because I think the Seahawks and 49ers have this thing on lock for another 4 or 5 years. Sucks to suck, but it is what it is. It's good to be a Hawks fan. We'll be back soon. Please check out my other page at Sammy on Tap 2. I do NBA content, a lot of Phoenix Suns stuff because I'm out here in Phoenix, but all NBA content on there. So please check that out and support if you like basketball, and we'll be back soon. Peace.